Hello and welcome here to the Navone Pool on the campus of St. Augustine Prep. I am Coach Brumell alongside Drew Turista as we have Egg Harbor Township Swimming versus obviously St. Augustine and Our Lady of Mercy Academy. First up is the 200 medley, and Drew, do you have the swimmers on each team?
Yes. All right. So it looks like for Alma, lane 3, we have Kern, McDonough, Kern again, and Volkman. Lane 5, we have Iggy Rossi, McClinchley, DeLeonardo, and Valley. Lane 7, we have Argrave, Brown, Munzo, and Alentrio. Now for EHT, looks like for the 200 medley relay, lane 4, we have Charles Schroner. Oh, that's the boys, my bad. We have Dennis Yashin, Kayla Nugent, and Riley Cornell. Lane 6, we have Julia Lathman, Rachel Yoshnin, Joelle Mallory, and Trina Grau. This is the girls' 200 medley. I have not seen Alma against EHT. Don't know if it's going to be a pretty good matchup. It was for prep last year, so hopefully it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of Alma girls here for the match, so I think it must be a pretty big game on their calendar. I think some bonus points were offered to get some of the girls here. And obviously the 200 medley relay is each swimmer will swim one different discipline. But we got a close one here between lanes 4 and 5.
Obviously the close ones get the crowd going. That's what we like to hear.
Looks like Alma does take first. EHT second, and Alma third. So just like that, Alma will jump out to a 10-4 lead.
Looks like we're going to be seeing the prep versus EHT 200 medley pretty soon.
Yeah, I think we're still waiting on the relay team in lane 7 to finish. So as you'll see them finish up. And no points are awarded for those last couple, so Alma gets the 8 points for first, 2 for third, and EHT will get the 4 for second. So you're right, so now we head to the boys event. Hermits versus Egg Harbor. Who's in the pool for both these teams?
All right, lane 5, we got Anthony Mortally, Dante Bonadonna, Mike McCarthy, Trevor Nolan. Lane 3, we have Matthew Stanker, Ben Stanker, Jonah Alvarez, and Parker Lapsley. Lane 7, we have Gabe Catania, Sibinevsky, Gabe Clay, and Maroon. There's some pretty good swimmers in lane 5. Anthony Mortally, big long distance swimmer we have in there. And Mike McCarthy, a top swimmer for the sophomore class in the state of New Jersey. Also nationally ranked, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so his biggest events are long distance, so you'll see him probably dominate the 500 free. But the one thing is I think his best events are like 1,000. Like he can swim even more, which they don't have those events in high school, but he is real good at them. And obviously he's in here in the medley. He can swim a bunch of different races, but I think his where he excels is long distance freestyle.
Yeah, so we'll see him fully shine during the 500-yard free. That's coming up after the break. We have. Look like Prep has a little bit of a lead over EHT here.
Yeah, I think we enter the final swimmers of this race. So just everybody swimming to 50 of their event. Hermits look like they're going to take first there, as you can see, almost a body length lead.
Yeah.
Like I said, every point matters. You know, it's basically a 4-point swing if the Hermits take, although it looks like they're going to take third pretty easily too. But, you know, you still got to look at these down pool races. I don't know what you would call it. I'm thinking like down ballot in an election. But you want to need to look at these down pool races because the Hermits getting third there as opposed to EHT is the difference between them leading 10-4 and them leading 8-6.
Exactly.
So it's a big finish there for the Hermits to get third place and first place.
All right, looks like we have the, what's next?
It would be the 200 freestyle.
All right, 200 freestyle girls, looks like.
Yep.
So for EHT girls, we have Summer Dewitt in lane 5, Natalie Volkovich in lane 3, and Sydney Moore in lane 7. For Alma 200 free, we have lane 3, Hetzer, lane 5, Valley, and lane 7, my sister, Lauren Turisto.
I'm assuming it means she's going to win this one.
We'll see, we'll see.
So you look at some of the common opponents. The Hermits beat Mainland 124-46. EHT beat them 107-63. Let's see another 113-57 against Ocean City for EHT. Hermits beat them 113-57 also. So Hermits come in as the favorites, but EHT is a fast team, so you can't go easy. Otherwise, they will beat you.
Yeah, EHT is one of the harder public schools that Hermits face during the swim season. Usually we do pretty well against public schools. When we get to private schools, gets a little bit tougher. EHT, though, it's a different one.
Yeah, I mean, the last few years, EHT and Mainland have been, the two of the best public schools for swimming around, in boys and girls. And obviously the boys side, which I'm more familiar with, Mainland when they had the Lescos were dominant. But EHT and the Hermits have been ranked in the state, too. So the Cape Atlantic League producing some pretty good swimmers over the last few years. Did your sister give you any inside information on how this meet should shake out, Teresa?
She told us that we have a little bit more swimmers on the roster this time, so looks like they do have a little bit more help. Looks like Alma will take first and third.
And second. Oh, yeah, they snuck in there, too. Yeah, lane 3 finished second, so that is a big race for Alma. As like I said, if you just keep compiling 1-3s, you're going to have a good meet. Yeah. 1-2 is really going to help you. So.
All right. Looks like we're ready for lane 7 to finish up.
Yep, EHT able to mitigate some of the damage by taking the last 2 spots and leaving the lane 8 for Alma, scoring no points. But Alma's going to add 10 on to their total. Should bring them up to 20. And EHT will add 7, so that should bring them up to 11. So Alma now leads 20-11. And we head over to the boys' side.
Got some good swimmers swimming here for the 200-yard free for prep. Anthony Morley, lane 5. Mike McCarthy, lane 3. Massimo in lane 7.
Yep, Massimo Cattiana just committed to Monmouth, just like Trevor Nolan. So big day for him. I think he just did it the last night or the day before, he was telling me. So, pair of Hermits swimmers headed to Monmouth after this year.
Yeah, it's always good to see. Looks like for EHT, 200-yard free, we have in lane 4, Dylan Dewitt. Lane 6, Max Smalewski. And in lane 8 or 7, I don't know, but we have Curry Lynn.
We go to the last lap, I believe. Looks like the Hermits have a pretty big lead in lane 5. Lane 2, which is not what you normally see for EHT in second. Actually, yeah, as you kind of look at the bottom of the pool, I didn't realize how close he was to lane 5 because normally you have your fastest swimmers in the middle lanes.
Yeah.
But he's keeping up with them. The Hermits will take first, although it doesn't look like the...
Looks like we're going to take first and third.
Yeah, my score's going to be... Looks like the scoreboard didn't reset after the girls' event. Right? Because I looked up at the scoreboard and it was already, the numbers were already there.
Yeah. Okay, looks like we're moving on to the 200 IM for the girls.
Yeah, you might have a little bit of a break before the girls actually hop in the pool as the officials are going to get together and make sure they got everything correct. Like I said, I don't know if the official kind of mixed up when he was starting the machine, because he kind of hits that button on the starter. It makes a sound and it starts the clock.
Yeah.
So the swimmers know to go. But it looked like maybe he didn't put it in correct, or maybe it was the guy on the scoreboard kind of not resetting the event. So not 100% sure who scored there. What we said, we thought the Hermits got first and third.
Yeah.
Well, worst comes to worst, we will keep the score as much as we have it. When we take the break after the 50 free, I will go down to the pool deck and check, because like I said, for whatever reason, the scoreboard didn't go. So we got a little bit of a delay right here. Both OMA and EHT have one loss on the year. Both of it to mainland. EHT only lost by 2, which is a tight race, and OMA lost 100-70, which is closer than you think, because every point you take, every good gain you're taking away from the other team.
Looks like we have the 200 IM starting up. For OMA, lane 3 we have Kern, lane 5 we have McGlinskey, and lane 7 we have Bickett. For EHT, 200 IM. Lane 5 we have Riley Cornell. Lane 3 we have Meredith Echo, and lane 7 we have Julia Latham.
I said the IM, just like the medley relay, except one swimmer is going to swim each of these events.
Yeah, 50 of each event, butterback breast free. Always a very tiring event, even though it's only a 200. Especially when you get to that butterfly, it's really hard on that second lap to get going.
Almost lane 5, far out in front. It'll be interesting to see how these shake out a little bit, because, like I said, EHT had a real tight race versus mainland. Maybe they were missing some girls, not really sure, but almost building up a little bit of a lead right here. Like I said, sometimes those last 4 races can really flip a meet.
Yeah. This year almost seems like a top competitor for the playoffs, as they got some really, really good freshmen coming in from these clubs that are top ranked.
Yeah, last I checked, OMA was the number. I mean, like I said, swimming can be a little more volatile in their standings, but they were number 1 in power points for non-public B last time we looked. So obviously you want to be at the top of those kind of brackets as much as you can.
Looks like OMA will get first and third once again. It doesn't always matter to get that second spot. First and third gets you a lot of points.
Yeah, exactly. You can keep tallying those. You're going to have a good chance to win the meet.
Now we're moving on to the boys 200 IM in just a moment. Lane 5, Dante Bonadonna. Lane 3, Trevor Nolan. Lane 7, Jonah Alvarez. For EHT 200 IM, Lane 5, Charles Schwarner. Lane 3, Charlie Sieverd. And Adam Schreiner in lane 7.
So after another 10 points for Alma there, they should lead 30-16. Again, we haven't redone the scoreboard for the men's side because I'm not quite sure how they all finished out when everything was so close, and the scoreboard was still on that last event. So we will probably leave the men's score as is for a little bit. I might keep it, sans the 200 free, and just go from there.
I would imagine Alma has a little bit of a lead as they kept going in trend for that 1-3 finish.
The cutoff for PowerPoints is this next Monday, so a lot of these events are the last chance or so to really make your mark with PowerPoints here and playoff seeding.
Yeah, for sure.
Hermits look to be pretty solidly in the 2 spot. I can't imagine anybody jumping them, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to jump CBA, but you still want to put these PowerPoint meets together. Make sure you're not slipping to that 3 or 4 seed.
Looks like Prep will finish first, along with second.
Yeah, that's a big meet there, or big race there for the Hermits because they finish first, second, and fourth. EHT only managing a third and fifth and sixth. Obviously, you don't get any points for 6. So the Hermits will add 12 points onto their total there. EHT only 4. So the Hermits getting 8 points to the good 4 for the total score. Like I said, these scores are going to reflect everything but the 200 free, since when the scoreboard kind of glitched out on us, we weren't able to record them. But after the 50 free, when we hit that break, I will get an accurate score for you for both teams.
Looks like we have a 50 free event. For Alma, lane 3, we have Gia DiLeonardo. Lane 5, Izzy Rossi. And lane 7, Carly Volkman. EHT, 50-yard free. We have lane 5, Joelle Mallory. Lane 3, Kayla Nugan. And lane 7, Tina Grau.
Yeah, Alma's going to get a 1-2 in the quickest race of the day. Alma's going to get 11 points there total. They should go to 41. EHT will go to 21.
Looks like we got the boys 53 coming up. Lane 5, Cole Jennings. Lane 3, Parker Lapsley. And lane 7, Hayden Clay. Boys EHT. Lane 4, we have Leo Smilbelski. Lane 6, Michael Volkowicz. And lane 2, DJ Williams.
This is quick, so not a lot of time to make up ground. Looks like the Hermits have a good lead in lane 5, but it's going to be razor thin everywhere else. So Hermits do take first. Second place goes to EHT. Third place goes to the Hermits. Fourth, the EHT. And fifth place to EHT. Like I said, that is the scores -1 race. But the Hermits do have a pretty decent lead, as does Oma. So we are going to head to a commercial break for this 5-minute reset. All right, we are back here for the 100 fly for the girls.
Looks like for the 100 fly for girls, we have in lane 3, Kern. And then lane 5, her sister, A. Kern. And then in lane 7, Lauren Carista.
And we do have updated scores now that they changed the board here at the break.
Yeah, it looks like for EHT girls, in lane 4 we have Kayla Nugent, lane 6 Joelle Mallory, and then lane 2 Rachel Rushan. Looks like EHT will finish first there, and Alma will get second and third. Still some pretty good points for Alma there. Just the moment we have the boys 100-yard fly. Lane 5, Anthony Mortley. Lane 3, Trevor Nolan. And lane 7, Schramm.
All right, so almost should go up to 47 after that, and EHT 31. So EHT making a little bit of points back there.
100-yard fly for EHT. Lane 4, Alex Smilowski. Lane 6, Will Nugent. And lane 2, Coy Lynn. Looks like we have a tight one between lane 5 and 4.
Yeah, Hermits got both first and second for the moment.
Hermits will get first and second, with the HT finishing third.
So EHT gets third, fourth, and fifth. So the Hermits should go up to 48. And EHT to 30. Again, that magic number is 86 for the win, 85 for the tie. So you just got to keep building points, getting closer and closer to that.
Looks like we have the 100-yard free next. For Alma, lane 3, we have McDonough, Gia DiLeonardo, and lane 5, and lane 7, Carly Volkman. All pretty good swimmers across the lineup there. EHT girls, 100-yard fly. We have 100-yard freestyle. Sorry about that. We have in lane 4, Katie Carlos. In lane 6, Denise Yushan. And in lane 2, we have Sydney Moore.
EHT coming in strong in this one. Lanes 4, 5, and 6 are all close together. It's going to be big for Alma here if they can get this first place, try and mitigate some of this damage, which looks like it's going to be a good race for EHT.
6 and 5 fighting for second.
So, like I said, I mean, the EHT swam mainland a lot closer than Alma did. And you never know. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's a little different with, what girls are there on a given day. But Oma built themselves out to a big lead, but it's races like that that are going to get EHT back in it as they get themselves 11 points. So it should be 42-52. Just like that, it seemed like Oma was starting to pull away, but all of a sudden a 1-2 gets EHT right back in it.
Yeah, EHT within 10 of Oma. 100-yard freestyle for prep. Lane 5, Cole Jennings. Lane 3, Parker Lapsley. And in lane 7, Frank Verzetti. EHT 100-yard free we have in lane 4. Leo Smovelski. Max Smovelski in lane 5. And then Michael Vukovic in lane 2.
It's going to be a tight one going down to the wire. I think it's going to come down to the last touch, and the Hermits just out-touch them there.
Next up, we have a pretty long distance race, the 500 free. Lane 3, Hetzer. Lane 5, Valley. And lane 7, Mahon.
So EHT getting a couple points back there by going sorry, just checking it. 2-3-4. So even though the Hermits got first, the 2-3-4 is going to give EHT a couple points there. We will head into the longest race of the day, the 500 free.
For EHT 500 free, lane 4 we have Summer Dewitt. Lane 6, Julia Latham. And lane 2, Natalie Yankovic. A good time for this race would possibly be within 6:30.
Yeah, let's test it. As we wait for my Wi-Fi to pull it up. So let's see. Their closest meet, which you assume would be, maybe their fastest times because you're pushing each other, was against Clearview. So in the Clearview meet, in the 500 free, Olma took first, third, and sixth. And their first place time was 5 minutes, 14.07 seconds, and third place time was 5 minutes, 24.64 seconds. So that's around the time you're looking. Their last place person was 6 minutes and 39 seconds. So let's see how it goes from there. But Olma's looking strong. It's going to be a close meet. 10 points isn't that much here in the late going. You got one race, and all of a sudden you're back into it. This could come down to the 400 free relay for Olma and EHT girls.
Yeah, looks like Olma is a pretty good matchup here.
Yeah, looks like is that Isabella Valley in lane 5? Looks like she had their best time against Clearview.
Indeed, Isabella Valley is in lane 5.
Yeah, so she looks like she's got a decent lead. You kind of look in the top in lane 7 for Olma. I think she's lapped. So it's not quite, as close as it might seem, depending on who you're looking at. The same thing in lane 3. I don't know if she's really that close to Isabella, but Olma looks like, you're right, they're going to have a good race here. You're looking at power points here. Alma does have a decent lead over Newark Academy. And you figure they're going to power point again well today. Averaging around 33. Let's see if Newark's got. Because sometimes you have like two really high ones for a certain team and then like a low one.
Yeah.
So let's see in the Newark. Yeah, Newark's just averaging, their high is 28. So it's looking pretty solid that Alma's going to take this one seed in the non-public B for girls. So that, I mean, PowerPoints don't tell the whole story. As you can see last year when the Hermits were, number one, and they kind of slipped up to Seton Hall in the semifinals. But I'd rather be the number one seed than anything else. So Alma having a really good year, putting themselves in a decent chance to maybe bring home a state title.
Yeah, exactly. Also bringing in some good freshmen to the program this year to really put the backbone to the lineup.
Yeah, I think that was their coach was saying they're a lot deeper now because, like we were saying, that's great if you can finish first, but if EHT goes second, third, fourth, they're still scoring points in the event. So Alma being a little deeper gives you more flexibility. What girls can swim what event. So those good freshmen are really helping Alma balance out their lineup. Isabella does finish first at the time of 5 minutes and 16 seconds. That's pretty darn good. Even if it was, that'll beat some of the boys' times coming into the next one.
Yeah, my time for sure is beaten.
Oh, and they got first, third with the 5 minutes 20 right after that. So, just as we said, EHT had a good couple races to kind of fight their way back into it, get to within 10. Alma going 1-2 in the 500 free is going to bump that lead right back up a little bit. Let's see. As you look at Egg Harbor, they're third in power points, not too far behind Cherokee and Cherry Hill. Cherry Hill's been really good for both boys and girls the last few years, so they'll be tough to jump. But EHT again at the top of the conversation in South A girls.
Just waiting for lane 7 to finish up here. It's like her last 50 of the 500.
So Alma gaining 10 points there to EHT 6. So adding 4 points back to their lead. Like I said, trying to get close to that magic number of 86 or 85 with a tie.
Now coming up, we have St. Augustine's 500 free. Where we see Mike McCarthy, as we talked about, at the 200. This is his best event, the long distance event. Mike McCarthy in lane 5, Matt Stanker in lane 3, and in lane 7, Andrew Newman for prep. It looks like for EHT boys, in lane 4, Dylan Dewitt. In lane 6, Eric Mallory. And in lane 2, William Seaman.
So you wonder if, we'll take a look at the time when he gets there, but you wonder if McCarthy's going to get the school record by the time he gets out of here. Currently set by Shane Washart in 2021 with a time of 4 minutes, 32.3 seconds.
Yeah, he's a pretty young kid, lots of potential to become a record holder. Only a sophomore.
Yeah, so his best time so far this year was 4:44, which is still about 12 seconds off of that record. But like I said, as a sophomore, he can get that time down. He really excels if high school meets had a 1,000 race or more.
Yeah.
Looks like he's in a tight race though. Right here, even Ocean City, where he got 4:44 versus Mainland, he only swam a 4:51 versus Ocean City.
Averaging about 28 seconds per lap. Excuse me. Yeah, I was right. 28 seconds per lap. I mean, 5 and 4 in a neck-to-neck race early in the 500.
Yeah, looking at EHT's scores here against Mainland, it looked a little off. So they did basically 4 minutes flat. So let's check. Yeah, not really showing it. No, it says 4. He also did a time of 4:11. Charles Schreiner for EHT. So the NJ or the NJ.com times are right. He would have a better record than the Hermits pool or team record of Shane Washart. McCarthy's keeping up with him. So not sure if he's swimming a little slow, McCarthy's swimming a little fast, or maybe the NJ.com run times weren't 100% accurate. Could also be the conversion. I might not have looked at that. Why his times were so fast, where it looked like he swam a 4:09 if they were in meters and not feet. But McCarthy's got a little bit of a lead on him. Looks like he's on his 15th of 20 laps just now, kicking into it. Actually, no, 17th. I'm trying to look it down at the guys at the bottom of your screen. They're holding up what lap they're on for all the swimmers, so they know. And it looks like they're showing McCarthy and the other co-leaders of this race. They're on their 17th out of 20. So this should be 18 if you're counting up back, 1-on-1. Yep, there's the horn. So he has one more up and back lap. Yeah, that must have been looking at times in meters because 4:09 is a crazy time, and McCarthy's winning this one. So
it looks like he's built himself a little bit of a lead for the last 25.
So his fastest time of the year in this event that I've seen, he finishes with a time of 4 minutes, 40.13 seconds.
Still an outstanding time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Looks like the Hermits in lane 3 will finish in third. And fourth. So good event there for the Hermits.
It looks like we have the 200-yard free relay coming up for the girls.
Yeah, my calculations are correct. I'm going to wait till they put it on the board. I believe the Hermits got themselves 11 points to EHT's 5. So they should be leading 66-44. And like I said, at this point, you're just putting racers in the water. You're going to get pretty close to that 85-point mark. And that's assuming that EHT goes 1, 2, 3. So the Hermits got a pretty good grip on this meet. EHT climbed back in it a little bit versus Olma, but Olma put some distance back in it in the last 500 race. So let's see if EHT can't drag their way back into this here.
For Olma, 200 free relay. Lane 3, we have Lawrence Harista, Capapolo, Garas, and Meyer. Lane 5, Bickett, Volkman, Kern, and Hetzer. In lane 7, we have Kelton, Alentrio, Perigel, and Gallagher.
Yeah, so this is a pretty quick race. It's just everybody's doing a 50, so once up and back, totaling 200 yards. Right now, EHT is first and second. So like I said, if you're looking to get back into a race, so you're kind of wondering why EHT swam against Mainland so much, tighter, it might be these relays that do it. Because if you finish first and second, you're going to get yourself 12 points to almost 2. So you're going to take this 14-point lead and knock it down to a 4. So
yeah, relays are really important in meets. Grab the best points, grab the best opportunity to get points.
As you can see there on the left of your screen, you're going to see that it looks like Olma's catching up a little bit. We're going to see if they can close this gap. That is a pretty big race. Like I said, it's a pretty big swing between 2 and 4 points for that second and third place finish. Olma coming back in those last couple legs of the relay. Ended up getting second place, which is huge. Like I said, because you gain 10 points there if EHT goes first, third. So instead, they're going to go, first, second. So instead, they're going to go first, third. That means EHT will go to 58. Olma will go to 66. Even that 58 to 66, you're up 8 points, feels a lot more comfortable than if it was 64-60. So it was a great job there by Oma's last two legs in their lane 5 to really, save their team a few points.
Yeah. Now we have the prep 200 relay. Lane 5, we have Anthony Morley, Parker Lapsley, Matthew Stanker, and Cole Jennings. Lane 3, Joey Tortella, Noah Calderon, Mike McCarthy, and Hayden Clay. Lane 7, we have Poyas, Scanella, Marison, and Cuff.
So in the 200 free relay this past weekend, Hermits set meet records at the South Jersey Coaches Invitational. So all the best teams in South Jersey were there, and they set meet records in both the 200 free and the 400 free. Now, those weren't school records because the Hermits have swam faster elsewhere, but they set the meet records there, which is a really good sign, like I said, going into heading into playoffs, because you're going to need to have those relays in tip-top shape when you face your CBAs and Seton Halls of the world. Looks like the Hermits pretty comfortable there by a body length or so in first in lane 5. I don't know if that's the same lineup they put out in that South Jersey Invitational tournament. But 128, I mean, that's only 3.5 seconds or so off of the school record. So these guys are getting faster, and as they taper and everything towards the playoffs, they might be able to make a push towards that record set by the state championship team in 2017.
Yeah.
So the Hermits will get 10 by finishing first and third in the relay. So they'll be up to 76. EHT will go to 48. And like I said, that not guaranteed, but even if you finish, you get 3 points. You get the worst you could do in the back and breast, you get 3 points. So that would be 6. They'd be up to 82. And then the 400 free, you figure it's even if EHT's top two teams get first and second, you get 2 points. So that'd be up to 84. So the Hermits would have to, EHT would have to sweep everything, basically, in order to win this meet from here on out.
Okay, looks like we have the 100-yard backstroke. For girls, Alma, lane 3, we have Kern. Lane 5, we have Rossi. Lane 7, we have Lagamba. EHT 100-yard back. We have in lane 4 Trina Grau, lane 6 Meredith Elko, and lane 2 Katie Carlos. Izzy Rossi, a top swimmer for Alma so far this season.
And it looks like Olma will take first and maybe second. Oh, nope, never mind. Lane 2 took first. Again, sometimes they're sneaking in down there for EHT that I don't even notice. But EHT will take first. Olma will take second. Third place also goes to Olma. Fourth the EHT. And fifth the EHT. So, EHT will gain back a couple points there. They will go up to 67. And Olma, with 7 points of their own, will go up to 73. I mean, this match is getting pretty tight. Only a 6-point difference. As EHT got 2 back there.
There's only a couple more events before the 400-yard free relay. This will really determine the meet. Right now we have the boys 100-yard backstroke. Lane 5, Jonah Alvarez. Lane 3, John Frankakis. And lane 7, Giovanni Catania.
So the Hermits can, for all intents and purposes, clinch it here with anything better than getting swept. And they're looking strong so far. Hermits to see what they had up on the scoreboard. I thought they touched in first. I'm not sure if there was a touchpad issue, but it looks like first. I think they have EHT getting first, third, and fifth. So if that is true, that would make the score 82. To 58. Like I said, I think that might be corrected there, but our scoreboard has not been updated in the pool deck in a few races. So we'll put it down as what the touchpads have.
So we have the girls' 100-yard breaststroke now. Lane 3, McDonough. Lane 5, McGlinchey. And lane 7, Bickett.
As you can see, it looks like Olma's got the lead in lane 5. Close behind her, though, are lanes 4 and 6 for EHT. So if they win this, Olma would get 6 points for first place, and then the 4 plus 3 for second and third would be 7. So it looked like Olma would still be able to score there, but that's where you really got to still pay attention to the end of the pool race, where if, who's able to get that last point. You get 1 point for fifth, 0 points for sixth. So it'll be interesting to see who comes in there. As Olma does get 6 for first.
Which will finish lane 5 for a time of 108.
Yeah, so Olma actually able to outscore them there, add their lead up even a little bit further. So if they get first, fifth, and fourth, they will get 9 points. I'll bring them up to 82. And EHT getting 7 points. Bring them up to 77.
Looks like we have the 100-yard breaststroke for prep now. Lane 5, we have Dante Bonadonna, a top breaststroker for New Jersey. Lane 3, Moscow Catania, and lane 7, Ben Stanker. Again, lane 5's built up a pretty good lead coming into the second 50.
Yeah. I don't think I have my math right for the almost score, but we will double check that. The boys' score is right as they finally updated the one in the pool. Hermits get first, second, and third. So, we'll bring them up to 95. And just 3 points will bring them up to 61 for EHT.
Yeah, this next event is where all the points are won for the meet, the 400-yard free relay.
I'm hoping they add the score up on the scoreboard because right now they're showing 73 to 67. I know that's not quite correct. Oh, that's why. There's my math problem. 74 for EHT. So, let me go. Yep, there we go. Now my scores are right. So, that means with 8 points, they would get to 82. And then, so they would need to get the 4 for the win. So, in order for EHT to win this meet, they need to take first and second, which is a tall ask whenever you have a relay. Oma just needs to get first or second, and they will take home the victory today. So I'm sure you look at them to stack their best lineup and just say, hey, you got to beat us with 2 of them. You know, does EHT break up their best team and kind of mix them in there to try and catch them with both lanes? But it's always tough when the other team, all they have to do is finish first or second.
Yes, Alma 400 free relay for lane 3. We have Kern, McDonough, Biquette, and Gia Leonardo. Lane 5, we have Valley, Rossi, Hetzer, and McGlinchey. Lane 7, we have Turista, Kelton, Meyer, and Lagomber. For the girls, 400 free relay in the EHT, we have Katie Carlos, Summer Dewitt, Julia Latham, and Sydney Moore in lane 4. In lane 6, we have Natalie Yankovic, Jasmine Chen, and Shrina Grau, and Meredith Elko in lane 6.
All right, so after that short break, looks like the swimmers are stepping up to their lanes. And it looks like they do confirm the scores before you head into the last one. It is 95-61 in favor of the Hermits. And for the girls, it is 82-74. So if Alma just takes third, they would get 84 points. 1 point away from a tie or 2 points away from a win. But like I said, Alma's just got to get first or second to avoid that.
Looks like everybody's doing 4 laps before the next person can go.
Yeah, it looks like Alma's well out in front, too. So not only are you going to not have to worry about EHT finish first and second, looks like Alma's going to take first. So this meet did come down to the last one, or the last race, but Alma making it not much of a question.
St. Augustine also has a pretty big lead over EHT.
Yeah, they already clinched it. They're at 95 points. Like I said, you only need 86 to clinch to win, 85 for a tie. So Hermits already have it wrapped up, and Alma looking like they're well on their way to doing the same themselves. So Egg Harbor did come into this race ranked 14th in the state. Their only loss coming to mainland. Alma unranked, but Alma taking it today. Like I said, especially after you saw, Alma didn't win, or didn't lose that. It wasn't that close to mainland. It was a close meet, but at the end of the day, it was wrapped up before the last event. And EHT only lost to mainland by 1, really. I mean, 2, but, that's just 1/5 the 6th place finish flipped and you tied. So Alma coming in and impressing today.
Looks like Alma will get first. And EHT second. So Alma will get first and third for this event. That'll clinch the win for Alma.
Yep, so they will win 92-78. Hermits already clinched the win, but we're going to go through the 400 free.
Just waiting for lane 7 to finish up. Looks like we have the 400 free relay coming up for prep. Lane 5, Matt Stanker, Cole Jennings, Trevor Nolan, and Dante Bonadonna. Lane 3, Frank Verzetti, Clay, Jonah Alvarez, and Massimo Katana. In lane 7, we have Drew Cockerham, Josh Gatesman, Massey, and Turista.
It's like a tight race for now in this first leg. The next swimmers jump into the pool. Hermits now building a little bit of a lead. Into the third swimmers for each team, or at least the first, the leaders of the event.
Like lane 5, Dante Bonadonna will be the anchor and will take the last 100 of this race. The Hermits will finish first. EHT taking second. And looks like Prep will take third also.
All right, so the final for the Hermits will be 105 to 65. And that'll do it for us here on the Hermits Broadcasting Channel. We'll be back tomorrow with basketball versus Wildwood Catholic. Thursday we'll have hockey versus Gloucester Catholic. And Friday we'll have basketball versus GC. Thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm Coach Ramel alongside Drew Teresta. As always, go Hermits.